time to go live, right? To go person to person. So I'm very excited to be here today. And my topic, after hearing all these inspirational speakers, I am so humble, so self-conscious because mine is not that inspirational. It's a little bit more marketing. But your brand, I'm going to be talking about your brand. And your brand is what people talk about you when you are not in the room. That's what I'm going to be talking about. But think about this morning, we all got in our closets looking for holding glue. I'm wondering why, right? We were looking for the perfect dress, the perfect shoes, the jewelry that matched, everything to come here, like to socialize, to learn, to get inspired, and here we are. And I want you to hold that thought because I'll come back to that. But for right now, I want you to close your eyes and remember or think of back then you were 15, 16 years old. At home, with your parents, with your siblings, and your mom will say something about you. You stood up for one reason among your siblings. And she will tell her friends, you know, she is the smartest one, or she is the craziest one, or she always runs around, she always is so shy. Whatever it is that you stood up at home, I want you to think about it. And there's some handouts in the middle of the table if you want to write notes, because I want you to write some words. I want you to write that word that you stood up among your family, around those around you when you were young. Now I want you to fast forward to today. What is it that you stand up among those around you? Your friends, what they know you by. What is it that they know? Is it the same attribute, the same thing that your mom was calling you when you were 13, 15 years old? Or you have changed, or we have all changed, but we kind of kept some of the things that when we were young, right? I was always with a smile on my face. I still keep a smile on my face. I was a happy kid. I'm a happy person. I'm a positive person. What is it that stands out in you that people call you by? Now, I want you to write another word on that paper. I want you to pick somebody from the room. She doesn't have to be sitting next to you. Somebody that you know pretty well. And what is it that person, how do you describe that person? In just a few words, how do you describe that person? And I love participation. I love people that can, and I haven't been doing it in Zoom for a year, so this is the time to come back and say something. So, who would like to share about that person that you wrote on the paper? Anybody who wants? Okay, I'm going to bring the mic to you. Who did you write about?
Okay, I'm just going to let you guys all guess who this person is. She's fierce, she's fabulous, and she's a female.
Lauren Powers. Robbie. Both of them.
Me.
Everyone.
Everyone in the room.
Everyone. She's back there taking it. She knows who she is.
Lauren Powers.
It's Lauren. Yeah.
Lauren Powers. There you go.
Lauren.
Anybody else who wants to share? John.
I'm glad I get to go first. Sometimes you have people that are always there and you take them for granted. And I wanted to just give a shout out to Cheryl has been a great friend to me. I met her through a referral and we just started talking, only to find out that she had Jamaican heritage. And so that really put it into a notch above. Anytime that I ask Cheryl to do something, I can expect it done. So she's dependable. She's honest. She is loyal. She stands behind GSFE, and she's always bringing people to me. I like you.
I had my hand up before she did.
The thing I notice most about Joni is that she's very direct. In which case she's very much like Jamaican women in general. Janet was always very much like, the woman saying converted one is feelings. Joni's like, hey, this is it. That's how you like it is. You don't like it, let's do that.
Okay, one more person. I think all the faces.
Okay, I do highlight and shout outs on Facebook all the time for certain women entrepreneurs, but even though Marcy has this little class one, I have to shout out you and Gigi. And the reason why I'm doing that, they do my magazine covers, they do my flyers, they do my social media. These are the best marketing duo there is out there. And also, the red blazers that everybody gets and receives, they come from these two ladies right here. When I need them, I call Gigi. I have those blazers in less than 3, 4, 5 days. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Check later, Paul. Thank you. Why do I do this? Why am I asking you? When you're a small business, branding is not only the service, the product, you as an agent. Actually, it is you. It is you. It is us. Our personality, the way that we behave, the way that we treat people, the way that we present ourselves, the way we dress, the way we smile, our accent. Mine is a big trademark because everybody's like, oh, Marcy with the accent. At least they recognize me by something, right? But it is part of your brand. So I'm going to be talking about branding your business, but it starts with you. It starts of how you treat others around you. They're going to remember you. So I'm going to have you all turn to the other side because I have a PowerPoint. It's not going to be a long PowerPoint, but
Oh. You're so tricky.
Jeff Bezos, CEO from Amazon, says, your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. And what your mom says about you, what your friends say about you, about your business. I know I'm kind of marrying it together, again, because we're a small business. And whomever we are is what we project with our small business. We're selling ourselves. And this morning, when we all got ready to come here, how is it that we want to be remembered? Excuse my back.
Oh, that's great.
How is it that we all want to be remembered? We want, it's again, the way that we project ourselves is how people are going to remember us. And hopefully they're going to, when they see us, when they hear us, when they learn about us, right away they're going to think about what we do and why we do it. And we will be talking about that. So 3 important tools to get your branding to the next level. And this is something I have been talking all year round about: branding, marketing, graphic design, public speaking. I highlighted three main tools that I want to bring up today to kind of give you the graduation notes after a year. Number 1 is think big. And if you're a 1-person business, if you're a 5-person or 10 people, it's still a very small business, and sometimes very, very overwhelming. When you have to do the production, the selling, the fixing pumps, the putting down fires, everything, it's you, accounting, bookkeeping. You gotta know how to spread your time and how to make sure that people know about you. You don't want to be the best secret ever. You want people to know who you are and why, what is it that you're doing. And 2019, Gigi rappelled down from a business in Riverside, building in Riverside. This was a fundraiser that Habitat for Humanity puts every year. And the Chamber of Commerce, we know all these people through the Riverside Chamber of Commerce, and they asked Gigi, and she said, sure, I'll do it. She was very brave until she got to the top of the roof.
Oh, I remember
Gosh,
that.
she was scared. She
10-story,
she's on the
10-story
job.
building.
How many stories?
10-story.
10
10 story.
That's a high building to build from. Well, that braveness got us tremendous exposure. Tremendous exposure. And think big is, in a way that my concept is, if you're next to the big guys, to the big banks, the big corporations, and I'll show you all these big logos. Our tiny little logo is over here. Oh, that's right, I have one of these. Our logo is right there. And who would think, now, little by little, they will learn more about who Creative Solutions is. And they see our faces, and right away they see what is it that we do. Carl just gave us a little commercial there. People just little by little, they learn about you. And when you are next, you don't have to be huge, but when you put your logo or your branding next to the big guys, they'll recognize you. And I'll tell you something. We do it from our heart. We help the nonprofits. We help the organizations. We do speaking engagements. We do different things. But when a big company, a big corporation see us doing that, they know that they see that we care for our community. So when you care for the community, it comes back to you in a very positive way. I have been following Simon Sinek for a while. Anybody knows who he is? I want you to YouTube him and subscribe to his channel, or just listen to him. I want you to listen to the why. What is your why? I was very excited when I learned about Simon, when I learned his theory, that I have been preaching the same thing, I just call it differently. But I'll explain a little bit about what this is, and then you listen to him, and I want you please to watch what he's talking about, because it's very, very interesting, and it helped me a lot. Many people start a company thinking, what is it that I do? What is it that I do good? What is it that I know what to do? And then, they have the how. I do this, and these are my procedures, the way that I get it done. They never think, or they don't think about the why. When you do it the other way around, and I think some of the speakers today touched it in a different way, but touched that same subject. The reason why you do it. If you do it from your heart, if you produce or sell or everything that we have around us, we do it from our heart. We show the passion. When we show the passion in what we do, the rest comes next to it. It's automatic. People will buy from us because they trust us, they like us, they know that we are reliable. It just happens. So putting passion in what you do, that's your why. And I want you to, in your notes, if you can write down what is your why, that is more important than what is it that you do or what is it that you sell. I'll give you examples of 3 companies that are huge companies. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola they don't sell a soda pop. They sell happiness. When you open a Coca-Cola can, you don't know, it's a beverage, but they want you to think that you're opening happiness. So when you find your why, when you find those words, those attributes that you want people to perceive you by, put it on all your marketing materials, because everybody in your company, from the person who answers the call, from the salesperson, from the technicians, from everybody around you that is projecting your company, they have to say the same message. You have to carry it over. Nike, just do it. It's an encouragement that if you are with their company, or that's what they want you to think. If you wear those tennis shoes, you're going to be able to do it. But it's just more a psychological thought than the actual tennis shoe or the actual t-shirt or whatever. It's just, they want you to think positive. Apple, think different. Do you think they are different? They are different. And that's what they have been drilling in our heads. We are different. me, I don't know if somebody has an example of it that you want to share, if you know your why, if you know what emotion, and I'm going to tell you what concept I have been saying in replacement of the why, because I didn't know about the why until just like a year or so. But I always call it touch and emotion. When you're putting a marketing plan and if you touch an emotion with your message, your audience reacts. Our slogan is leaving a footprint in your imagination. The reason why we came up with that is because we want people to be memorable by what we do. We sell promotionals, marketing, graphic design, but we want our customers to be memorable. Memorability translates into loyalty. So that's basically, at the end of the day, that's what we want our customers to feel. Number 3 is be tastefully loud. I know if you say be loud, people are going to like that term because it's kind of annoying. But tastefully loud. And I tell you what, I have a story. 2004, I was invited to speak at the Realtors Association of Florida and Norco. I think double the size of this audience. I got there, I knew my subject, I graduated in marketing, I have a BA, all these other things, but I got there, I totally freaked out. I went blank. And I don't know if anybody has had that same experience in front of an audience. I was not able to speak in front of an audience. I totally freaked out. And I sound amateur, I sound like I didn't know what I was talking about. I get no customers, the opposite, if anything. So after that, I started attending Toastmasters. And anybody is familiar with Toastmasters? Yeah. Exactly, I kind of telling them. It doesn't have to be Toastmasters, but if you have challenges with public speaking, do something about it. That was years ago. I went to Toastmasters for about 12 years because it became kind of like a hobby. And I'm not a professional public speaker, but I can stand in front of an audience and I can carry a message. Why is it so important when I talk about branding? Because when you're loud, for lack of a better word, you get, people know about you much faster than if you're just behind the desk, or even with some of the printed materials. When you have a book and you can stand in front of an audience and talk about what is it that you wrote about, people are going to buy your book, right? So another way that now it's very, everybody's very familiar with, students have a YouTube channel. Put a short little videos about what you could share with your audience. Put it on YouTube, put it on your Instagram, on Facebook. That people are going to learn a lot. I am more a visual than a reader, so I like to watch videos more than reading. So if you, and many of us are like that too. So if you put yourself in that position, public speaking engagements, be part of GSFE, all our speakers database, so you could go throughout Southern California talking about what you know, and do it at YouTube. I guarantee it's going to help you tremendously. There are 5, and I don't know how I'm doing with time, but from 12 years in Toastmasters, I summarized 5 points or 5 important tools to get you to be a better communicator. Memorize concepts, not word by word. And we all know that we don't want to hear or see a speaker that is reading from their notes. If you memorize the concept and talk about it, you're going to be more freely, more open, more engaging, and people are going to pay more attention to you. I know I'm not talking about politics, but I like the guy. I like how he speaks. He talks about concepts. He doesn't, of course they have the tools that's going to make it like they memorize the whole thing. But he's a very good speaker. And if you just bullet point your presentations and talk about that freely is going to make it a lot more engaging. The second one is chat up audience members before your presentation. And the key is to arrive early and to go around and talk to everybody around you, all the people that are going to be at your presentation. And you're going to warm up to the audience. It's going to help you calm down, and you're going to learn about everybody's different points of view, maybe on what you're going to speak, and you could even bring them into your conversation. Enhance your visuals, and you know, visuals are important. I always use PowerPoints. I admire the speakers that they just go with no tools at all, and they just have it all here, and they sound so, I don't even know why they picked it right after Angel. That was unfair. That was very unfair. But when you have, I remember years ago, I had a presenter, I belong to Soar, and this girl came to the room, and she had a soda bottle, a Coke bottle, and she was talking about youth. And I don't remember exactly what the whole thing, but I still remember the soda bottle. She said that, you know, these kids kind of explode or whatever, and she went like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't open it. But it was the perfect tool, the perfect prop for what she was saying. So pick some things, or pick a poem, pick a cool image, funny image, or a video. Not all the time you have the ability to show a video, but something that is going to make people remember, because it drills even better into your audience when you have something like that. Anxiety. Who suffers of, I mean, even the more professional speakers get a little bit of butterflies before they come up. And when you turn it around to, it's not about you, it's about the message that you're saying. It's you're helping them, you're teaching something, you're leaving them with something. You turn that anxiety, and it's going to make you relax. And interactivity, that's just my key. I love interactivity, and the more I can have people interact, the better. It wakes everybody up, it makes people pay more attention, and it makes them remember more the topic. So those are the five tools very quickly, and I know there's all these professional speakers that have millions of more topics, but those are the five that I apply and they help me. And if I can do it with this heavy accent, with 10 times less English than you do, anybody in the room can do it. The last one that I always apply is the handouts. I always print handouts, and everybody has handouts. And they help two purposes. Of course, people can take notes, they can take it home, and nowadays everybody just takes pictures of the slides. But the handouts will also help you. If you have a PowerPoint, this little guy is not always work. And when you get to a presentation and that stupid doesn't work, the handouts will save your life, right? Because everybody can, okay, you refer to slide one and we'll start talking. So it will, don't blame it on the video people, don't blame it on the electricity, or don't blame it on the hotel, or just don't worry about it. It didn't work, I can go without it. You will impress, everybody will get impressed if you could do it and then just fly it, right? Okay, so the three things that I want you to remember. Think big. Community outreach is keyword. Touch an emotion with your branding promise. What is your why? And I want you to watch Simon, because you will learn a lot from him. Be tastefully loud with the power of public speaking. Don't be afraid. Make sure that you're on Robbie's list or all the directors' list, a database, to be a speaker on the meetings, because it will help you, and it will help us all. We all have a message to share, all of us. So the question is, I'm going to give you a couple of quotes that I found that were very appropriate. If people like you, they will listen to you. But if they trust you, they will do business with you. Your brand is the single most important investment you can make about you. I mean, you could do just so far, but if you want to grow big, you gotta invest in your brand. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Jeff Bezos under Amazon. So, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered? Thank you.